What are you thinking, bud? What are you thinking? What are they? What are they? What is going on, everybody? Today we're starting the vlog off a little bit later because we spent a lot of time chilling out and doing our stuff. But we are here today at the Wright Brothers Museum
and
Memorial, and we're going to be doing a lot of research, learning action.
I've been here before and I've learned about it, but
yeah, it's really, really windy. It's rainy. Well, it's not rainy, but it's windy and it's kind of cold, chilly. So that's why we chose to do a research day and do a lot of learning experiences and whatnot. So we're gonna.
Okay, so that's the museum part where it explains all the important information, but apparently it's not open. And then over there is the actual landmark of where they created the first plane. That's the little workshop that they keep around. And then that there's the memorial. The most important part of things is always the museum that tells you the information so that you do learn something. But we don't really have that experience today because unfortunately it's closed.
If they're just reconstructing it.
Yeah, it's annoying though. Because,
so we don't really get to.
I've told him about this.
We don't really get to see it.
I told him about it 2 years ago when we were first here. I said I promise we'll go next time, and here we are. And now he can't even see it. You can read this stuff.
Feel like getting in or just
yeah. Okay.
I get in there and just picking it up when they did it, so maybe they had pretty good.
That's where they made the plans and stuff.
The blueprints.
Yeah, the blueprints.
Yeah.
It looks like OG, man.
This is the OG. This is the whole point.
It was like in here. The plane was just showing up here.
It isn't that big, obviously. This plane was only to fit in this little hut.
Right, like this little hut.
Because we were, wait, I know we were first in the country, but we were the first in the world.
Neat, neat, neat.
I remember at the museum they had pictures of every important pilot that's in the world. So for example, they had stuff about Amelia Earhart. They had basically just a whole gallery full of portraits of different pilots.
You see the first flight was on December 17th, 1903. That's pretty cool. It happened in the winter.
I don't think it's the same. It's just a model of it. And it shows you how they did it. It has this whole instructional thing on what it took to fly it, and the blueprints. It has a copy of the blueprints. It has all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, all.
I promise, it was really cool. That's why I always remembered this museum. And the first flight time, 12 seconds, distance.
First flight was only 12 seconds long.
You can make a baby in that time though, so it don't matter.
That's right.
Still counts.
Still counts.
And a second flight, 12 seconds. Again, ooh, 175 feet, got a little farther. So Wilbur did better than Orville.
Second flight was a little bit further.
Oh, Orville beat him.
Orville beat him though in the third flight.
3 more seconds and 25 more feet. So 50 more feet, 25 more feet, and now another. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It seems like we're going down this grass path. It's like the landing strip almost.
Okay, I got this. Look, I'm holding it well. Yeah, we're going down this long path. Looks like it's never ended.
It's because we're going to look at all the rock markers of where they flew to. Oh look, you can see the water tower in the distance. Can the camera pick that up?
Yeah. fourth flight was 1 second under a minute, so it might have been a minute. They might have just tracked it wrong, so there's a chance that it was a minute.
That's so specific, 59 seconds. It definitely wasn't. It was, if they made it to a minute, they would just admit it. Because, like, come on.
Right.
They would just, I mean, the fact that they were so honest. That's cool. Just to keep in there.
To walk up a really, really steep hill to go visit the monument. And Boo was cold.
A shirt, a sweatshirt, a jean jacket. Ooh. And a windbreaker on. Keeping, yeah. And it's still not enough.
The thing is, it's not even that cold, it's just like really windy.
It's windy and it's cold.
It's just really, really windy.
It's cold. It's 61 degrees, but with the wind chill, it's 53.
It's not like 53. We might not make it to the top of this mountain. Because we keep stopping for little flowers on the way. I'm not throwing them out, I promise. This hill's gonna get really, really steep right now. I really don't want to walk it. All this stuff is really, really cool. We're gonna go see the replica of the plane in a minute and hopefully stop being so cold, and because it's super, super windy. So yeah, this is it. We're here. We touched it. We touched it. We've been here. We put our mark on it. So now we're gonna go check out that plane, and I'm gonna go selfie action with this guy right here.
Don't forget Wilbur.
Where's Wilbur at? And now we need to get some selfie action with Wilbur. Here,
My
you
selfie
get on that,
action.
you get on that side. Selfie action.
Myself.
This, boys and girls, is the first plane ever. This is the exact replica, I believe, of the first plane ever. So it's really, really cool. check out this thing. This was the cameraman right here. That was the cameraman. They did this 100 times a day trying to get this thing to fly. What are you thinking, bud? What are you thinking? What are you Is that plane gonna fly or not? Well, according to history, it is. It is gonna fly. Check this bad boy out. Look at this stuff. Look at all this action going. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the first airplane ever. How amazing is this? Apparently, a lot of the Outer Banks vegetation and things like that was actually man-made, because when the first people ever got here, it looked like the Sahara Desert. So they replanted and built dunes, and most of these trees were planted in the 1930s, and that's why the majority of them are actually the same height, because they were all planted relatively at the same time. So that's a really cool fact to know. So a lot of the vegetation and dunes here in the Outer Banks was actually built so that the Wright brothers could fly their planes here. That's a cool fun fact. So there you go, boys and girls. That was the Wright Brothers Museum. It's getting kind of windy, really rainy. We're gonna head out to Avalon Pier, maybe film some of that. My camera might die, so we might have to switch to the iPhone, but hopefully not. So we will see you really, really soon. Coming up.
Benny, you gangster in the house.
For lunch, we decided to stop at Awful Arthur's Oyster House, and this place looks really, really cool. They have really, really cool fish options and like different seafood options, and if you're into that, it's the perfect place. So Taylor and I are going to enjoy a really nice seafoody lunch here. Cue the time lapse here. Look at all this food action going. This is all kinds of food action. This is tuna with linguine and a chipotle sauce, and I guess this is garlic bread. It looks good as ever, and I don't know what that is.
That garlic bread bowl.
There's healthy carbs. What is that? I don't know what that is.
Fried trout.
Fried trout.
Probably the best thing I've ever tasted.
With some potatoes and cooked vegetables. This looks delish. Delish.
The days and lonely nights won't break me, but I'll still find you. It could take a million days, but I'll see it through. I climb the highest mountain, baby, just to be with you.
Look at the They've taken up the entire shore. Like, all of that, like there, should be beach. But it's not, because the waves come up all the way over here. That's crazy. It's like hurricaning and shit. Yesterday was like such a beautiful day, and now we have this. Like, isn't that just wonderful? Like, not a soul on the beach.